Today's episode of Off the Timeline is titled The Kyle Tucker Trade That Changed Baseball Forever. Baseball history has always been shaped by trades. Some fizzle out, some change pennant races, and some rewrite entire franchises. Today we're diving into a 2018 alternate universe trade, a 14 blockbuster that flips Kyle Tucker's career on its head, redefines the Astros dynasty, and gives the Miami Marlins the kind of icon they've never had before. Here's the deal. Astros trade away Kyle Tucker and Josh James and get JT Realmuto and Blake Treinen in return. Marlins trade Realmuto, but they also get Kyle Tucker, Jesus Luzardo, and Miguel Andujar. The A's, they trade Blake Treinen and Jesus Luzardo. In return, they get Clint Frazier and Josh James. Yankees, they trade Todd Frazier and Miguel Andujar. However, they also receive Colin McHugh and Adam Conley. One move, 4 teams, decade of ripple effects. Today, we're counting down the top 10 ripple effects of the Kyle Tucker trade that changed baseball forever. From dynasties extended, to World Series stolen, to Hall of Fame speeches shaped by a trade that almost never happened. Number 10, Yankees choose pitching over potential. At the time, Miguel Andujar just finished as the runner-up for AL Rookie of the Year, while Clint Frazier was still seen as a potential everyday outfielder. Instead of holding on to them, the Yankees flipped both for pitching stability, McHugh and Conley. It doesn't seem flashy, but this stabilizes their rotation depth for the 2019 and 2020 playoff pushes. They avoid the bullpen game chaos that haunted them in real life. But here's the catch. Andujar never becomes a star in Miami, and Frazier's injury-prone career is just as rocky in Oakland. By trading them early, the Yankees avoid disappointment, but also miss out on any possible trade value spike. This is the Yankees in a nutshell. Short-term game, long-term what-ifs. Number 9, the A's lose their magic year. Remember 2018 Treinen? He posted one of the most absurd pitching lines ever. .78 ERA, 100 strikeouts, 80 innings, sub-1 whip. He was unhittable. But on this timeline, he's gone. Shipped to Houston before he ever gets a chance. The A's never make it to the wild-card game against the Yankees. The ripple? Oakland's Money Ball Magic story never takes hold in 2018, and the narrative around their scrappy underdog team fizzles. They become just another middle-of-the-pack franchise, and Treinen's legendary season never happens. Number 8, Astros build a super team. The Astros weren't exactly hurrying in 2018. Coming off a 2017 title, they were loaded. But JT Realmuto gave them a legit all-star catcher, and Blake Treinen gave them bullpen dominance. With that duo, Houston goes from great to terrifying. Realmuto becomes the missing bat behind Altuve, Bregman, Springer, and Correa. Treinen shuts the door in October. In this timeline, Houston wins the 2019 World Series over the Nationals, with Realmuto's bat being the difference, and 2 years later in 2021, they added another title. So yes, Tucker becomes a superstar elsewhere, but the Astros don't mind at first. Their dynasty window burns brighter, even if it burns shorter. Number 7. Marlins trade early, win early. In real life, Miami held on to Realmuto until 2019, dragging out the inevitable. Here, they strike early and decisively. They land Tucker, Luzardo, and Andujar in one fell swoop. And while Andujar fades fast, the other two become franchise pillars. By 2020, Miami's already back in October. By 2023, Tucker is an all-star. By 2026, he's carrying them to a World Series. This move gives Miami something they rarely had, a face of the franchise. Instead of being defined by fire sales, they're defined by a homegrown superstar who stays for nearly 20 years. Number 6, 2018 ALCS Rewritten. Without Treinen in Oakland, the wildcard dominoes fell differently. Houston, now through Realmuto, survives Boston in the ALCS. That's right. The Red Sox don't win the 2018 World Series in this timeline. Their 108-win team gets knocked off. The entire 2018 Boston Red Sox dynasty season is erased. Mookie Betts doesn't get his ring in Boston. David Price doesn't silence his playoff doubters. And Red Sox fans are left wondering what could have been. One reliever moved, one lineup strengthened, and suddenly a rivalry rewrites itself. Number 5, Tucker the MVP. Instead of being the underrated star in Houston, Tucker blossoms in Miami. By 2025, he's hitting .322 with 37 homers and a 1,000 OPS, winning NL MVP. This is where the timeline tilts. Tucker isn't just a good player anymore. He's a headliner. He's the guy kids in South Florida grew up idolizing. In real life, Tucker has often been baseball's quiet superstar. In this world, he's the marquee attraction. Number 4, 2026 Marlins Win It All. This is the crown jewel of the Tucker trade. Behind Tucker's back and Luzardo's Cy Young season, Miami storms to the playoffs, taking down the Phillies, Braves, and Dodgers before meeting the Mariners in the Fall Classic. It goes 7 games. Tucker bats .410 with 3 home runs, including a Game 7 home run that puts Miami ahead for good. The Marlins win their first title since 2003, and Tucker becomes World Series MVP. This is the moment that defines him forever. Not just a great hitter, but a champion who carried a franchise on his back. Number 3, Astros dynasty. Short but sweeter. By trading for Real Muto, Houston maximizes this window. They win the 2019 and 2021 World Series. Their dynasty feels more dominant, more cemented. But when Real Muto ages out, they don't have Tucker to carry the torch. By the late 2020s, they fade fast. Yordan Alvarez retires in 2033, and the Astros sink into mediocrity. History asks, was it worth it? Do you take the short-term glory at the cost of long-term stability? For Houston, the answer is yes. 2 more rings look pretty good in the trophy case. Number 2, Tucker's Hall of Fame career. Tucker doesn't just win an MVP and a ring. He puts together a Hall of Fame resume. 2,641 hits, 397 home runs, 72 WAR, 7 All-Stars, 4 Silver Sluggers, an MVP, a World Series MVP. By 2042, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer inducted alongside Juan Soto and Fernando Tatis Jr. It's rare in modern baseball to see a star tied to one city for nearly 2 decades. Tucker becomes Miami's Jeter. Number 1, the trade that defines 2 franchises. For the Astros, this trade is remembered as the deal that completed their dynasty. For the Marlins, it's the trade that gave them an identity. Every move after 2018 is shaped by this deal. Every banner, every October, every Hall of Fame speech ties back to that 4-team puzzle. The Astros chose flags. The Marlins chose forever. Both got what they want, but in completely different ways. Wrapping up, baseball is full of what-ifs, but few show the balance between short-term banners and long-term legacy quite like this one. The Astros shine bright but fade fast. The Marlins find their icon become relevant for the first time in decades. And Kyle Tucker goes from a quiet star to being immortal. 1 trade, 4 teams, 2 dynasties rewritten. If you enjoyed this dive into alternate MLB history, hit that subscribe button and join us for the next one. Because baseball's greatest stories aren't just in the box scores, they're in the what-ifs.